actively opposed E-Verify.
Yes.
The Associated Industries of Florida actively opposed E-Verify. And the Associated Industries of Florida will stand up and oppose E-Verify, and then you ask them, well, who are you here lobbying for? And they say, that's confidential. Now,
Change subject. Redistricting. Spoke about District 4, District 5. What do you think the chances are of having that resolved down here in the
well, I'll tell you this.
area?
Winkelseth did me no favors at the redistricting hearing. Winkelseth shows up, Ed shows up at the redistricting hearing and says, well, all counties ought to be in the same district, and I know that'll give Matt an extra 24,000 people to serve, 25,000 people to serve, but he's young, he can handle it. He's young, he can handle it. So, thanks a lot, Ed.
Hey, I get tired of the constant, sorry for the condo owners out here, but I get tired of this every time there's a damn hurricane, we gotta refurbish the beaches and everything else.
Oh, those condo owners don't want to refurbish the beaches. You got a friend behind you. No,
Yeah, there's 2,604 of us on Okaloosa Island, 2,603 do not want the beaches refurbished. I'm in charge of this.
Well, Al's question is what will these districts look like? And ultimately, that decision, I believe, will be made by the courts. I think that, the courts will ultimately come in and draw the lines, because we have a very liberal court in Florida, and there's been a lot of tension between the court and the legislature. And so I think you will see more squared off districts. I may have a different view than other folks in the group, but I think that, I represent Navarre and Fort Walton Beach. Well, they're not in the same county, but they're really similar. And I think that Fort Walton Beach probably has more in common with Navarre than it does with Laurel Hill, or Baker, or Gallagher. And so I may find myself representing those northern Okaloosa areas just because they squared off the county lines. But I hope that some dignity is given to the fact that there's something a little different about the southern portions of Panhandle counties than the northern portions. And trust me, the people in Holt and Laurel Hill don't want me representing them any more than I want to represent them, because I don't know anything about farming. And so, but we'll see how that works out. Don't you put that on
You
me.
can learn.
Huh?
You can learn.
Yeah, Dee.
Tell us about your father.
That's a good guy. My dad's going to have the opportunity to be the president of the Florida Senate. And our last go-around at having a Northwest Florida presiding officer was a little shaky, to say the least. And so this is an opportunity to really help our area. It's very rare for someone from the Panhandle to be selected to serve as the presiding officer. They set the agenda, they make the committee assignments, and they're really in charge of the flow of legislation. And I think that my dad is going to make us so proud. And if I can be a proud son for a moment, I think that his background in the education sphere as a business guy, educator, having run the largest provider of hospice care in the world, in Vitas healthcare education, he's a solid conservative. And the state of Florida is going to have a Northwest Floridian, a Panhandle guy that shares our values behind one of the biggest microphones in the state. And so when we're fighting these battles, that seems like a good note to end on. And again, thank you all so much, and stay in touch.